This is how to make stuff you maybe already know how to make, and if you don't, swing! Now on to Grace.
Okay, so today we're going to be making some fluffy slime about this consistency. It's really squishy, and you're going to get your hands dirty, but it's going to be completely fine. Also, we are sponsored by nobody, because nobody wants to sponsor us. So what you're going to want is you're going to want to pour in your glue, just an amount of glue, however much you're going to make your slime. So if you want a ginormous batch of slime, put a ginormous batch of glue.
We do want to make this disclaimer. Do not use super glue or cyanoacrylate type glues or any glue like that because, well, it will not work and your children will probably be stuck to it forever. So please use school glue, white or clear or an equivalent.
Or sparkly. I like the sparkly stuff. You can use that too. Okay, one thing I want to say is it does not have to be Elmer's glue, but can't be any type of super glue. But you can get dollar store glue because I mean it doesn't have to be Elmer's again. It just has to be like
school glue equivalent.
Yeah, craft glue, school glue, but just
not wood glue.
Yeah. You can get it from the dollar store, Walmart, wherever you can get sparkly glues, clear glues, really anything. So, yeah. Next, you're going to want to put in your baking soda, and don't put in as much glue as you have. Only put in a little bit because we don't need a ton of baking soda for this. So, that's good. So, after that, you're going to want to put in your shaving cream. And I also forgot to mention, food coloring is optional. You do not have to use food coloring. I'm going to use food coloring, but you don't have to.
Wait, let me repeat that. You're saying the food coloring is optional?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, now you're going to put in your shaving cream. It doesn't have to be like a name brand. It can be some like an off brand. Again, you can get it probably from the dollar store. It's not really going to matter as long as it is shaving cream.
Old school shaving cream, the foamy type.
Yeah. So, put in about the equivalent amount of glue that you have. And again, this is going to puff up, so it's not going to be exactly equivalent to the amount of glue you have. But if it does start to overflow the glue completely, you might need to put in just a tiny bit more glue if it overflows it too much. Yeah, like that.
And that was a tiny bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it overflowed it way too much. Next, you're going to put, first, stir.
Don't forget to stir.
Next, you're going to put in your foaming hand soap. About 3 squirts. You can probably put in as many as you want, but this just makes it more fluffy. And it also makes it smell a lot better than just shaving cream. So put in about 3 squirts. If you want to, you can put in more. This time, I think I'm going to put in 4 squirts. It probably doesn't really even matter. Next, you're going to put in your food coloring, whatever colors. You can do neon, really anything. I just have regular food coloring. And I'm going to use a yellow because I'm going to add it into this slime I have here, which is yellow. So, yeah. And it doesn't take a long time to mix it in. To mix the food coloring in. It just really, you don't even have to mix it in all the way, but I would recommend mixing it in all the way so that it looks nice. And try to get in all this white stuff up here, try to get it down into it so you have all the slime. Now, you might be thinking, Grace, well, we don't have an activator yet, so our slime isn't ready. See, because it's super foamy. So, what activator should we use, Grace? Well, I'm going to use contact solution. I'm not sure if it other things like borax, which I wouldn't suggest.
No.
We do not need to burn our hands, people.
No.
But I would suggest, if I'm not sure if any of these work, but you can use laundry detergent, stuff that you would normally use as an activator, but I'm not sure. I'm using contact solution, which is what works best for me.
Science.
So yeah, and you're gonna put in a lot of contact solution. Now, of course, if you're having detergent, probably put it in only the lid fill. But I'm just putting in a lot of contact solution so that it gets nice and nice. See, it already starts to form as soon as you start stirring it. But keep stirring it until it'll start picking stuff up from the bottom. And that's when you know you can probably touch it and start working with your hands to make it a lot less sticky. Or you can pick it up right now and just work it in your hands. But I'm going to stir. I did on this yellow, this is actually yellow mixed with white, but on the yellow I picked it up and I used my hands, which is completely fine because when you do it, your hands are going to be really sticky, but when it starts to form, it'll start picking up the stuff from your hands. So, yeah. But you can also just stir it and wait till it starts picking stuff up. See, it's really chunky right now, and that's a good sign because then that means that you definitely have a slime. Now, at this point, if it's not beginning to become a slime, make sure you did all the steps right. Make sure, you didn't add too much or too little of something. And just make sure you actually did all the steps. And maybe you added too much, maybe you added too little of something. So, and I also recommend if you added only a tiny bit of activator, maybe add a little bit more because that might be the problem. You didn't have enough activator. See, it'll be really sticky, and I'm just gonna wanna stir it up, and see, it's all sticky and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with my hands. My hands are gonna get really dirty and stuff, but I'm gonna go in with my hands, and that'll make it so that my hands will adapt to it. And at the beginning, your hands are probably going to look like this, which is natural for your hands to look like that when you first start doing your nice slime. Shout out to my friend Elena because she likes slime too. And I asked her if we could put her name in a video, and she said it was fun.
Yay!
So, shout out to my friend Elena. She loves slime too. And, yeah.
There's a big lump getting ready to fall off the stir stick. It's falling. You saved it.
And as you can see, it's starting to pick it back up. So, this is how my hands are now. And at the back, it's still pretty. And see, you can start picking stuff up off from your hands. I still recommend washing your hands after this, though, because you're probably still going to have a little bit of stuff on them. Also, if you just played with your slime and you're about to eat food, I recommend definitely you have to wash your hands. Because the stuff that we use in this, if you have it on your hands while you're eating and you accidentally eat some, that would be bad.
Yuck!
So make sure you always wash your hands after playing with your slime. And you can just pick stuff up from the bottom too that you haven't gotten in yet. And start making that into it. And see, it'll start getting to where you can actually touch it. And it'll get that slap, and it will get that sound when you, that bubbly poppy sound. And again, you can keep picking stuff up from the bottom and just getting that into your slime. You can also have your slime pick that up by itself. Oh my gosh. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, Grace, well, what can I store this in? Well, I would not recommend a paper plastic bag. Even if it is a Ziploc or really anything that can zip from the top, it will not last long at all unless you put something on it. So I recommend using a container of some sort, airtight container, or just a container of some sort, and that will keep it in and nice and fresh. And so now I'm just gonna put this in here with my other slime. As you can see, they're mixing together. So I have a big clump of fluffy slime. And now for some slime clipping. Comment down below if you think this is satisfying, because I think it's satisfying.
Very satisfying.
Now, again, at this point, if you're still stirring it at this point, or it's just not coming together, you might want to either retry it or make sure that you have the same stuff I do. Because if you did use laundry detergent and it's not working, then you most likely can't use, either you can't use that type of laundry detergent or you just can't use laundry detergent at all, because we did not test this. Also, another substitute for food coloring is you can also use a tiny bit of paint and mix that in. I saw it on some videos, and you can just mix in a tiny bit of paint, and that'll basically just give it the same effect. And you have a big, this is a ginormous clump of fluffy slime. And this was really fun to make. And it's very fun if you need something to do, like on a day. Also, I recommend if you want to make a stress ball, get a balloon and put some of this inside. It'll be really hard to put this inside, but once you put it inside, it's really a good stress ball. I also recommend if you have sand, you can put that in a balloon, and that'll make a good stress ball. So, yeah. This is just really good. See, it's nice and stretchy. And the best thing is that if it gets all over the place, all you have to do is come around with your big glove and pick it up with that, because it'll just stick right onto this, because it's, yeah. You can also add in stuff from the bottom, and that'll add in. And this is really fun, and just thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and tell us if there's a type of slime you want to see, what slime do you want to see next, and also you can recommend us Scylla and Emma episodes, because maybe, just maybe, our originality won't spark one day, and we'll have to use a comment. Yeah, bye guys, subscribe, like, comment, and just have a good day. Bye!